Welcome back to my channel. I want to take the time today to say thanks to all the subscribers, all the comments, all the questions and concerns you guys have conveyed to me on my other videos. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to do my very, very best to come out with content you guys should be aware of regarding Philippines travel, Philippines budget, Philippines dating, anything to do with the Philippines. Because actually, I love it here. I'm just trying to help out the guys that are coming this way. So if you're on that fence and you're looking for someone to watch and talk to when you actually get here, boots on the ground here in Cebu City, I'm available at all times. I have plenty of free time. I'd be more than happy to meet with you guys, set up a group meeting with all my friends to go over any questions and concerns you may have once you're here in the Cebu City area. But I want to get back to this list. I made a list here, guys, of all the questions and concerns and comments you made while looking at my videos. And I wanted to go over some of those things with you today. The first one you guys talked about was phone service. Phone service is key here, just like it is back in America. You have to have access to that data. You got to have access to making phone calls and having text. Well, there's two big players here in the Philippines. One is Globe and one is Smart. I actually have a plan with Globe, which I have a physical SIM for in my phone. That is $12.99 per month in pesos. That comes out to be $22.40 per month, US dollars. That plan gives me 50 gigabytes of data, unlimited calls and text here within the Philippines. The next plan I actually have is with Smart, the other big provider. I bought a what they call a magic data plan. It was 899 pesos, converted to $15.50. I have had that plan for 7 months here in the Philippines. I have never run out of data. I've never ran out of actual calls and text. I still have about half the calls and text left on the plan, and I have about a third of the data left on the plan as well. So again, if you're looking for stability when it comes to communicating with your family back home, uh, friends and family, just want to make those phone calls here. I would actually get both providers. Again, being a physical SIM for Globe, and I would get an eSIM for the Smart plan. And the reason why is sometimes when you're traveling out there, you'll come across areas that one of them does not work. This way gives you access to the other one, so you can actually switch over to the other plan and actually have access to the phone calls, data, and things of that nature. So that was actually the first topic was the phone service here in the Philippines. The second one was home Wi-Fi. I actually have PLDT home Wi-Fi that is through Smart. It cost me about 1,300 pesos per month. You're coming out to again around $23, $24. The reason I actually got that is because here in my building they didn't offer Globe, so I ended up with PLDT. I have never had any problems whatsoever with my Wi-Fi here at home. So I'm going to go over some of the speeds with you, so you actually kind of have an idea of the upload and download speeds. I just did a test, and it came out to be 308 megabytes per second for download, 547 megabytes per second for upload. Plenty of speed. I've never had any issues using any of like the Netflix, downloading movies onto any of the streaming services. Again, I actually have Netflix. I have Prime. I used to have Hulu, but I don't anymore. But never had any issues with any of the subscribing channels here. I also use YouTube quite a bit, so never had any issues. So packages never let me down. I've never been without internet whatsoever here in the Philippines. So you guys wanted to know about that. So there's some information for you. The next one you wanted to know about was how to transfer money from the U.S. to the Philippines. Now, the little story I have here for you was kind of scary at first when I first moved here. I set up a bank account back in the States with Citibank. And the reason I actually chose Citibank was because they had 5 locations here in this area. When I actually moved here, come to find out a local branch had bought those locations out. So no longer did I have Citibank. Good thing I brought some extra money with me. But the good thing was I did a lot of research. I came out with 2 different companies, one being Remitly and one being Wise. I used Remitly at the beginning because they actually gave you a good peso per dollar conversion. But now here lately I've been using Wise, and I'll explain to you why. Wise does a flat charge for it. I'm actually going to give you the last transfer I did from the U.S. over to Wise. That transfer was for 3,000 U.S. dollars. Wise charged me $25.77. I received 175,333.83 pesos. You're looking at the conversion rate at the time was 58.95 pesos per dollar, and I got a conversion of $2,974.23. So when you're looking at Wise, you're looking to transfer money. I have never had an issue whatsoever using Wise. Now, when you use Wise without a local bank, you're going to have to go to one of their providers, which they'll give you like a full list. You can go to the mall somewhere, pick up your money. But the good news is, and I'll give you guys some great stories and some great knowledge regarding my life here in the Philippines. I come across a guy here in the mall, and he told me about using Metro Bank. He says, like, I have no problem. You can use my guy over there at Metro Bank. He'll set you up an account. Be no issues whatsoever. So I ran home, got all my information, like my passport, my local Philippines driver's license. We did a conversion from the U.S. to the Philippines. Got in the elevator, and on my way down there, I met a gentleman from the U.S. He said, wow, what's all your information there for? I said, well, I'm going over to Metro Bank to open an account on. He says, don't rush so fast over to Metro Bank. He told me all about BDO Bank. Again, B as in Bravo, D as in David, O as in Octopus, BDO Bank. He says this bank actually has more ATMs and more branches located throughout the Philippines. So you'll be better off that way. He gave me a person to speak to. I went over to the bank, BDO, right there, one of the local branches here in IT Park in Cebu City. I had an account opened up in 15 to 20 minutes. All they required was my passport, my information, where I live and so forth, how long I've been here. And I had been here for about 2 months at the time. And the good news is, all they required as far as showing how much money I had was I had to show one account that I had in America. Now, it had some pretty good funds in the account, but just showing them I had money to survive for several years here in the Philippines. So my account was opened up. I have never, in the 9 months I've done this Wise to BDO transfer, have I ever had an issue with money. You can trust BDO. They have great customer service. They have great people working there. It's just an amazing bank to me. So you can always feel like you have that security that your money's always going to be there. I've never had any issues there. So again, I would use Wise. I look into BDO. All right. The next thing you guys asked me questions about was bike registration and car registration. Just so happens I do have a bike and I have a car. Now, as far as the bike registration, if you buy a brand new bike, you have to wait about a week for the registration. And again, it's a little bit of hassle running back and forth from from your home to the LTO, which is the same thing as our DMV back home. But it takes about a week to get to registration. So it's not a big time, but you cannot touch your bike for that entire week. So you got to sit there and look at your bike in your parking spot and sit there and say, wow, I wish I was using it. But now I can't because I have to wait for registration. So wait for your registration to come via email or via text, and you can actually get your registration very quickly down here at the LTO. If you're in the Cebu area, look me up. I'll be more than happy to go down there with you in person, and I'll try to get things sped up for you because I got some friends down there now. Next thing is car registration. I bought a used car, a Mazda here in the area. And again, the good thing for me was I went down to the LTO, saw the same ladies there at the LTO. They got me my registration put over, into my name. And again, how it works over here in the Philippines, you keep it in the old person's name who actually had the car before you. You keep it in their name, but the registration comes to you. So now you're driving right away, both the car and the bike. So that kind of gives you some information regarding registration. Now, if you buy a used bike, you can start driving right away when you have a used bike. But I always tell people, buy new. It's only a week. It's not a big deal as far as waiting. But again, I do suggest getting a bike or a car when you get here because having that transportation just makes you feel so free. It gives you a freedom that you wouldn't have if you have to use local transportation. So I always say do that. Next thing I'm going to talk about is my electric here in the condo. My last bill was 4,035 pesos. That's for $69.57 American dollars. I've never had a brownout here. Now, I've had brownouts when I've been out traveling before, but I've never had a brownout here in IT Park. Knock on wood. So that's the good news. I think that's pretty conservative. You're looking at $69 per month, whereas back in the States, I was paying anywhere between $200 to $400 per month for electric. So I look at that as being a blessing over here. The next thing you guys want to talk about with health insurance. I have looked into several health insurance companies, and I haven't bought one as of yet. The reason why is most of them only cater to large events, being like a heart attack or a stroke. Um, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I am taking a risk here, so I would suggest if you guys think you need the insurance, I would go ahead and get that insurance. But I haven't gotten it as of yet. Now, what I can tell you is I've been down to the local doctors here in the mall. Actually, they have a local doctor there that actually works in the mall. He lives in during the mall hours, and I did a full blood workup. So the entire amount was 2,300 pesos, which is $39.65 US dollars. That was for a full workup with the doctor's visit included in that price. So again, I can see, for example, that you may only spend a few $100s, even if you break an arm, get in a bad accident on your bike, things like that. But I just don't see the need for it right now. But I will in the future be getting health insurance. I hope uh, I have answered some of your questions and concerns regarding these questions and issues you may have when you're thinking about moving here to the Philippines. I love it here. These are some of the reasons that I feel more comfort when I think about the Philippines. As far as same thing you guys, when you guys are asking me these questions and concerns regarding the Philippines, and these things came up, I was like, wow, I need to answer some of these questions and concerns for them. So I just wanted to come back and give you my perspective when it comes to this. Um, to finalize things, I want to say again, I cannot thank you enough for all the comments, the questions, concerns, the issues that you had regarding the Philippines. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the subscriptions, all the likes, all the thumbs up. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to do my very, very best to make my channel better, to make it grow for you guys, to answer uh, in the future any questions or concerns you may have regarding Cebu City. Again, I live here in Cebu City, so I can't answer questions regarding Manila, BGC, and things like that, but I will answer any questions regarding uh, Cebu City. But again, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. I have many, many videos coming out here shortly. And again, thank you so much, and you guys have a great day.